Hello everyone, this is Jacob Goji here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Female Muto. So I got this figure at off of Amazon for like $85, which is pretty expensive though, because this figure is supposed to go for like $50, but since they were sold out on all the websites, I had no choice than to get it off of Amazon. But yeah, it's nice that collectors finally have a 6-inch female Muto figure after a whole decade. Something that S Bandai or NECA or SH Monster Arts couldn't do, which they're too damn lazy. But hey, at least we have a 6-inch female Muto now. Well, let's take a look at this figure, whether or not see if this figure is worth adding into your collection. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the box. Now the box art looks freaking amazing. I just like how we can see Muto, and then there's the soldiers, just like in the Godzilla 2014 poster. And I like how there's San Francisco in the background. So here's the front of the box. Here's the side of the box, which just shows, San Francisco again. And then here's the other side. Here's the picture of the figure. And here's the back with some, random information. Legendary, Monsterverse, Toho, blah blah blah. And then the bottom and the top of the bottom of the box just says Godzilla. Yeah, it's a really cool box art, And I really like the way how they, designed it, to make it look like sort of like the poster from Godzilla 2014. Now that we got Muto out of the box, let's take a look at her sculpt, paint, and detail. Now I gotta say, the sculpt on this figure is fantastic though, It's phenomenal. It really captures the CGI model really well of how Muto looks in the film. And the paint job on this figure is really good. She's painted like a dark, kind of like a dark charcoal gray color with some light gray dry brushings and maybe a little bit of brown, which looks really nice though. And we can see her eyes. The paint job on her eyes look really cool, They have the red color just like in the movie. And then when we look inside the mouth is painted like a dark purplish color. And then there's the tongue right there. And then the details on this figure is really good though. I like how we can see the pregnant Muto's pregnant chest right here though, where like in the movie when the female Muto got pregnant and then she was ready to go lay her eggs in San Francisco. That's a really nice detail that they added on, But even though it's not painted, I'm not sure though, because when the female Muto was pregnant in the movie, her chest was glowing because you can see all the glowing orange, you can see all the eggs inside. Yeah, that would have been nice to paint, but yeah, and then we have a lot of, and then the dry brushing is really good. It has a lot of light gray dry brushing, and it has sort of a brown wash as well, by the legs and by the head area right here, which looks nice. And then and right here as well. Yeah, so overall, the sculpt of Muto is phenomenal, and I really like the way how the paint job looks. Kind of looks very accurate to how she looks in the movie, because both the male Muto and the female Muto were like a grayish color, kind of a light gray. But when they were, when they're using their EMP, their legs kind of glow like a reddish orange color. Yeah, but maybe it would have been nice if they painted that. But it's not a big deal since they didn't use their EMP that much in the movie anyways. Articulation for Muto is pretty good, but somewhat stiff though, so let's take a look at it. So the jaw is on a hinge, and then the tongue can kind of move a bit, but I don't want to, break it though. And then the head is kind of somewhat on a swivel, because you can get her to look up or down. Yeah, it's kind of hard. And then the legs are on hinges, so you can get Muto to, and really cool poses. Yeah, so this figure's just gonna have swivels and hinges and not too many ball joints. And then this leg is on a hinge as well. And there's paint scraping off, but I don't want to break it though. So keep that in mind. And then this part moves, And even the feet right here moves as well, which is surprising. But you know, it's but stiff still, you know? Yeah, maybe if I mess with it more, it'll probably start to get loosen up a bit. But oh well. And then these other legs do move as well since they have hinges. So you can get, you know, Muto to in a pose where she like jumping like how she knocked over that tower, that radio tower in the movie, which is nice. And then the legs right here, they're really hard to move. They're on ball joints, but I would not, you know, move them that much because you're gonna end up breaking the figure. And then the knees are on hinges, and as well as the feet right here. Yeah, the legs are really stiff. And then these legs are on ball joints, if you don't notice though. Yeah, these extra legs right here. And then these parts are on ball joints. Yeah, so articulation for Muto is pretty good, but certainly not the best, you know. Maybe they could have improved it a little bit though, you know. They could have, you know, give the legs more movement because they're, you know, stiff. And maybe it would have been nice, you know, to give get the head to look up a little bit more. But it's not a big deal. And then the waist can move a little bit, but it doesn't have as much range. Yeah, so overall, despite the stiff joints, the articulation is still pretty good. Here's a size comparison of other figures you may or may not have. As you can see here, female Muto is pretty small. She's like around 5.5 inches tall, which is pretty good scale. And she also goes really well with the other Hiya figures. Here's the Muto figure compared to the NECA Godzilla 2014 and the Bandai America Pack of Destruction male Muto figure. So let's get the male Muto out of the way and compare these two. Yeah, this isn't size accurate because, you know, Godzilla should be a little bit more taller because in the movie, Godzilla is 355 feet and in the female Muto is only 300 feet tall. Yeah, maybe it might scale better with the Hiya 2014 Godzilla. But I don't think I'm going to get the Hiya 2014 since I already have the Hiya 2021 Godzilla. And besides, I already got the NECA Godzilla 2014. Yeah, I got this figure 10 years ago. Man, time flies by fast though. Yeah, this figure is pretty nostalgic, you know. I remember getting this figure at Toys R Us when I was like 10 years old. And I loved it. And this was my first 2014 Godzilla figure. Yeah, and nonetheless, you know, this figure goes really well with the Hiya female Muto, you know. Maybe I might do a future stop motion with it. And let's get Godzilla out of the way and scale her with the Pack of Destruction male Muto. Yeah, I think this could be size accurate. I'm not sure. I think this is how big the male Muto was compared to the female Muto, you know. Maybe the male Muto, he was like a little bit more bigger. But you know, I hope Hiya Toys makes a male Muto pretty soon though, to go along with the 2014 Godzilla and the female Muto. So yeah, that's all for comparison. Overall, this figure is amazing. Definitely one of Hiya's best Monsterverse figures so far. It's so nice to finally have a female Muto in 6-inch scale after a decade. Something that Bandai or NECA doesn't do though, you know? We didn't even get one in the SH Monster Arts line, you know, because Bandai was too lazy to make one. And then NECA didn't even make one either, probably because of licensing issues. But yeah, we finally got a 6-inch female Muto after 10 years, and I'm glad to finally have one. So if you don't have this figure, get it as soon as possible because this figure will sell out really quick, just like it did back in July. I give this figure a 9.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.